All right. All right. Peace and love. Hey, chat. Hey, everybody. It's Sass here. Album release day. Party. Look at all the people. Look at the champagne just going nuts around here. It's just crazy. I got my mug of water. Hello there. Hello there. Hello. Grayly, wonderful, wonderful friend you are. I can't even. I don't have words. I do, but they're words that you're supposed to reserve for some special time. Hello, Runny Packet. Is that like a runny nose, but for networks? Today is the day. It's taken me 30 years to record another album. This is the third album I've written in my life. And golly be jingles, this one was an emotional delivery. Chuffed. I'm super chuffed. I'm so chuffed. I can't even contain myself. I'm so excited. Um, my goodness. My goodness. Yes, Runny Packet. Well, I'm an amazing drummer that I had an incredible fortune to play with for a number of years. It's so nice that you're here. I super appreciate it. I'm really excited. I'm excited that I kind of thought about this. When you make a thing, you make a product, you want to sell the product in a generic kind of way to whoever has money. This one is not that. I made an album of love songs, and they're kind of, you might not hear the love song always. There's a lot of heartbreak in them, but and only people that you know can perhaps truly kind of get where you're coming from. And I went all out yesterday and today, reaching out to everyone I know to tell them, hey, I made a thing. I made a thing. And it's no big deal, except that that's all we can do. We can make a thing, and we leave it behind for the people that we loved so that they can have a happy little thing that we made. I didn't make a product. I kind of took the track, my partner in crime, Joshua, the amazing drummer, and he did all the mixes of the album. Was really exciting to work with him. I give him oodles and oodles of credit for having been an enthusiastic force to help me get this thing done. It's kind of funny how hard it is to fully finish a creative endeavor. You to paint a painting and to say, yeah, it's done, I'll sign it. It's done. It's so hard. It's so hard. I had actually written another 6 songs. I really intended to have it be a 12-song album, but the effort to get the first 6 done took most of this year. The other 6 are kind of now in the back pocket, ready to be worked on some more. And so comically, the idea is to have a second album, maybe next year, called To Be Two, just because, Led Zeppelin, just kind of taking a laugh at that. But right now, that's all irrelevant. The fun thing is the album is done, and you guys, if you've already listened to it, I thank you. I hope you liked it. It was just fun. It was fun to do, and I needed to do it. I have a lot of emotions that need to be processed, and thank God for music, because that's a very effective way to process emotions. And at least for me, it feels like a healthy way, because it really kind of like bleh, gets the emotions out. So that's a good thing, I guess. But anyways, I don't know what to do. What kind of part? What should we do for a party? I could play some of the songs if I can. I might not do a great job because, of course, when you record a song, you record. You only save the good copies. Although I have thousands of takes. I've got all the takes one after another of every instrument. A couple questions I've been asked. I'll just try to nail off some of the questions. So if anybody comes and watches this later, which is possible, I sang all the parts. I played all the guitars. The piano in Screaming was played by Mark Hoffner. Hoppener. My neighbor in Vancouver, when I lived there, amazing piano player, and I invited him. I said, "Would you play piano on my I'm here piano," and I gave him free reign to just write whatever he wanted. It has to be kind of like little frivolous bits through it, and he nailed it, knocked it out of the park. And I played with another bassist, Jeff. And I forgot his last name. His name is here. I want to make sure I respect him properly here. What's his name? Jeff? Oh, I'm not going to find it. It's impossible. It's somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I could look everywhere and not find it. It's just not going to happen. Or maybe if I just type in search for Jeff. Jeff. Yeah, no, it's not going to tell me. Yeah, it's just LA. He lives in LA and he's a bass player. That's what I know. His last name is somewhere. Anyways, he played bass on Floating. And he's had a great tone, great feel. I was happy as a peach with that. And then Joshua played the drums on 5 of the songs. The first song, Love Song, is just guitar, acoustic, and me. And kind of felt like that was the right way to do it because, it's the right way to do it. And so then what? What do we do? What do we do now? And so Grayley, yeah, it sounds amazing. The songs were meant to be played in that order. They weren't written exactly in that order, but they were conceptualized as a whole. And even though there would have been 6 other songs that would have squished them out, they were where they were relative positions. So like Love Song was the first song, Lost was the last song, and some of the other songs went in that specific order. They didn't write them to go in that order. They just they were written and they belonged where they belonged. One thing, I have so much, I haven't really talked about this whole thing, the process of this, and I don't know if this is where you do it. I'd rather just celebrate something. I don't know what to do. I could play a love song. Do you want me to play that? I could just play it. Let me play it. Then I can, then I feel like I'm not so chatty, Before I continue, the story is interesting. So any guitar player should have one of these. I am insistent on this. You gotta have a little footrest thing, or a pile of phone books, or a cat, or your significant other. You need something to prop up. Oh no! You want to throw it on the floor and break it. Unbelievable! I broke it. No! What the hell? I literally broke it. How is that possible? No. Well, take a moment as I repair the thing you absolutely must have. Oh my God. Oh, so much better. Also important to have screwdrivers at your disposal. So let's try that again. Okay, so actually, wrong guitar. First guitar is this one, and I don't know if you can hear me. The microphone might be too far away. There we go. See, now I can like talk right into it. Prefer martinis. I don't have any effects on, I don't think. Oh, and the microphone isn't on. And now the microphone is on. And click. Let's make sure everything sounds nice. Because, you know, how things sound matters. Yeah. How's that? I think that's loud enough, eh? Is that loud enough? A little louder. Check 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's gonna sound good. Okay. So, so with the album, one thing you may notice, I'll start off with the album cover because this helps tell the story. The album cover comes to us as concept of baggage being left behind as the traveler heads off to the unknown. And I had that visual in my head, and it had it being in space. And I asked a friend of mine if he would draw it, and he was going to draw it on pencil, and I was excited about that. And I was impatient because I also recognized that when you ask friends to do things, you're really putting an onus on them, especially if you really want it done. So I felt I should just do it. And I'm not an artist at all. This whole album was just formed in my head in some respects. And so this visual was there. And I used the video game Space Engineers by Keen Software House in Czechoslovakia. No, I don't know where they are based. Ukraine? No. Somewhere in the east. I forget where they are. Doesn't matter. Who cares where they are? Beautiful guys. I emailed them and I asked their permission if I could use their game art to for my cover. And they said, yes, you may. Give us credit, which I'm happy to do, and send us a copy when it's done. Well, of course, everything's digital now, so I don't have to send them anything except a link. And so that is the start. Now, here's the fun part. If you were to imagine that there's a little spaceman, person, individual, human, in this capsule, flying off into nowhere land. Imagine from the whole perspective of this story that they are on Earth and they're taking off into space and going to the moon and then traveling onwards. And the whole record is like a digital message left behind from the traveler. So the big crate there, to be, is the crate holding this record. And it's why throughout the whole recording, you'll hear my very carefully, purposely placed, not at all, purposely placed guitar noise and line noise that is in the record. And the way the album was edited, I bought into a mythos that was created ad hoc by Josh, who did the mixing, of audio clips that have line static and are just kind of radio noise, and then they end, and then the next one goes. So they're all very stitched together it was all very crafted. Everything's on purpose. Even the extra long silence at the end of a love song, the guitar trails out very methodic, like extra long, because I love guitars that just ring. And it just rings and rings and rings. I love that feeling. I don't know why. It just feels like foreverness. So the album, what I hope to do, I don't know if I can, but I hope, and I have hopes, is to make an animated movie of the whole album, of a spaceship going up and doing this travel, and the songs represent segments of the journey. So a love song is on Earth, where there's visions of the meadows and the trees and the sunshine and holding hands and water running and life and birds flying and sharks eating other things and just life and the planet in some respects. It's meant for a person, and for you and whatever. But the You Deserve a Love song, the first, the intent can be interpreted, and I hope to try to convey that if I make this video. It's to life. It's to everything. That everything deserves a love song if we could only just get it perfect. If we could only just tell it clearly enough that it matters, that we love it. And then the pilot leaves the Earth, heads up. If life brings you down, may it lift you up. So the song carries us away from the negatives. And then you're in space. And the second song, Floating, is pretty much that, where you've made your decision to go, and now you're going, and there's no turning back because the momentum carries you forward. There's really, the energy is spent, and you're now headed in a new direction. And that parallels my own life in many respects. But I think I think anyone can relate to their life choices, their decisions, and where they go with them, and how once you've made some decisions, you've made them in good faith, knowing that they're taking you somewhere. You hope that it doesn't separate you from people, but sometimes it does. So there is a little bit of a heartbreak there, but floating is floating. You're just floating. And I really tried to get as floating a feeling as possible out of that song. And I'm pretty happy with it. I really love that song. Then Screaming is the realization that you're alone. You're just alone. And now you're stuck in whatever situation you're in. And yeah, go ahead, scream your face off. It took me a couple months to build up to get that scream right. I tried. It took me a couple months to get that one. That was a hard one. I will not lie. But it came out beautifully. I kind of now, of course, I'm so familiar with the songs. I've listened to them so many times. It's I anticipate it. It's like, oh boy. I go on the journey with the song, and then it ends, and then I'm like, woof. Then I imagine the pilot in their little spaceship there has then traveled past the moon and is in the shadow, in the dark side of the moon, and they're out of communication with Earth, with everybody, and the song Forgotten is played. And you're forgotten. Once you have wandered away from everyone and you're not in communication with them, whether you're forgotten or not, you feel forgotten. And I didn't mention this, but it's obvious. The album To Be, the title To Be, is the first words in the sentence that is formed by the title of each of the songs. So to be a love song is to be that. Is not to sing a love song, but to literally be a love song. I'm going to cry. To the people that you love. You don't do for them, you are for them. It's more all-inclusive. To be floating, to be screaming, to be forgotten. So I got through that. And then there is ultimately, as you do anything, the feeling of restlessness. So to be restless comes along. And that song, I had a lot of fun writing and recording it. I kind of had the basic idea, and then I went nuts finishing it. I just kind of like, okay, and this is how it should be structured, and these are the parts, and I'm just gonna record it. And I played the acoustic guitar part, and then I played the bass line, and I had a drum track kind of just to tick tock tick my way through it, and then I recorded the lead guitar for it, and then sent it to Josh, and he recorded the drums, and the song was done. It's like all one or two takes for each of the parts. So there's a bit of a roughness to it that I hear. Hopefully it ends up coming off like restlessness. It conveys the name of the title of the song as much as it is the title of the song. I mean, it's what it's about, restlessness and jittery, anxious energy to have things be other than what they are, change the situation. In the video idea, I imagine, is the pilot is sleeping and the song starts off and would be accompanied with visuals of alarms going off, and the pilot has to get to the command module to ascertain what's going on and deal with whatever the threat happens to be. And it's all nothing burger. There's like nothing going on. We're just floating through space. What can we do? Or maybe it means they're going off trajectory and the final song means lost, because then the final song is you're lost, headed off from the moon. So the spacefaring language is present in the lyrics of that song. But then it ends, and it's the kind of the part of the song that I focus on more. The song ends with soon, soon, away from the moon, unafraid. Bloom, bloom, memories of sweet perfume slowly fade. Tune, tune, what the hell's the word? Tune, radio. No, tune. I can't remember right now. I'm trying to remember the words without singing. That was like trying to remember people's last name randomly. Hey, Johnson. I don't know. Anyways, it's supposed to end on a hopeful note, but then the radio crackles through. Final song has played. Is the end of the broadcast of the To Be data module, whatever you want to call it. And then the pilot flies off into the void, and that's the end of that album. So I think that I have a storyboard in my head, which I don't know how to produce or make at all, but I have it, and maybe next year I will make it. I don't know. It will require more permissions because I will definitely abuse all the resources that I can to see if I can get it made, for example. And it's something to work on. Yeah, something interesting to work on. I will ask Space Engineers again because of their lovely artwork and their space nature. I might use other video games, taking it from the perspective that I have been a video game programmer for the last almost 30 years, and I'm not afraid of asking them, and I don't think anybody should be. I think that's probably the biggest lesson I learned is if you want to do something, no matter how ridiculous, find who could help you do it and ask them. And they'll go, oh, yeah, I want to help you. No, I can't, but I know somebody who does. And it isn't even a shyness thing. It's like if you wanted milk, are you shy of asking the grocery store for milk? Because they have milk. That's what they have. So some resources, they just exist as a resource. You just need to ask permission. I didn't ask for permission until I made this. I already made it. And then I went, oh, crap. And then I emailed them. They gave me permission in a single day. I'm so impressed with them. I'm just the biggest fan. If I didn't already have an awesome job, I saw on their website that they're hiring. I'm like, I could move to wherever, Eastern Europe, and make space games. That would be fine. I could do that, maybe. But I'm here. So let's be happy with where we're at. So that's the story. That's the story of the album, and what I visualize and what's going on with this visual, with the album cover. Otherwise, they're just emotional vents. I managed to get it out, and that's all that I really wanted to do. And I wanted to share it with you guys because you're my friends. And I care about you, and I know you care about me. And it's hard to admit that sometimes. It's hard to believe it in the vast voids of silence of the universe. But, we send out our little broadcasts to each other, and we send our little happy waves and hearts and, little kitty cats with hearts doing cuddling animations. And we get the message. So, thank you for being here with me. This is a party, after all, so we're all happy. And then I'll play a love song, because I'm kind of keyed up to do that, if that's okay. Okay. You deserve a love song so divine, one to link your heart to mine. Let the notes ring true, let them speak to you. Tell you what you mean to me. It should lift you up when the world tries to bring you down. Draw out after the rain. It should keep you warm when outside feels so cold. Remind you of my embrace. I love you, love you, love you. I surely do. You are always on my mind. It is you I aim to please, so I get down on my knees. Please take my promise to be yours. It should lift you up when Inside feels so cold. Remind you of my embrace. I love you, love you, love you. I surely do. You are always on my mind. Whew. That was fun. I had a moment, but that's okay. It's live. What do you want from me? If you want the gooder version, listen to the recording. Yay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Hello, Vancouver. Hello, Bowen Island. Hello, Amsterdam. Hello, Mission. So, you know what I'd like to do? It's just playing guitar. I'm sorry, that might sound a little boring, but it's kind of part of the story. And all of this is part of the story. So I really am kind of doing my, SASSAFRAS' Christmas Storytime album deal. Bender, whatever. Hello, Pender Island. So, this lovely guitar here, I tuned in drop B open tuning. So it just sounds amazing. You know how there's people who get all tickety-boo about sounds, scratching, and all that kind of silliness. But me, it's a guitar pressed up against your body, because one of the things that I think non-musicians miss out on, and they need to just kind of pick us up, and so I'm willing to tell you the secrets, but you're part of an acoustic instrument. The acoustic instrument and you form the full instrument. The guitar by itself, if I just kind of don't touch it, sounds like that. And you could say, oh, that's so lovely. But when it touches me, I feel it. I feel like I'm that low B note. It's just like, and drummers, they hit the drums, and it's like them. They are the instrument. It's not a thing they're playing. They are the instrument. Their rhythm. Your diaphragm, exactly. We're a big hollow airbag, right? So, of course, you... No. Don't. It doesn't work that way. But anyways, you feel it, right? And so when you're playing the instrument, you grab that coffee, honey. That's exactly what you should do. It's the time for a coffee. I don't drink coffee, but you do you. Anyways, so I had this guitar tuned for you. Exactly. Okay, I'll shut up. That's right. Drummers are they can speak for drummers. They can say what they have to say about everything. I tuned this to learn a song called Albatross, I think. Or Yeah, by a band called Big Wreck, Canadian rock band. And they start off with this nice. It's really, really pretty. Airbag. Yes, I am an airbag. And then I was like, that's pretty. I can't really sing it. Guy's a great singer, and I'm like, what could I write? Could I write a nice song using this tuning? And I wrote what I'll play for you now. It is going to be the foundation of a song that I would like to put on whatever might be, if there is such a thing, the follow-up album to this, 2B2, which would be another box floating in space somewhere further along, maybe by Jupiter, by Io or something. I don't know, little water planet, water moon of Jupiter. I have no idea, but here we are. And so I wrote a song, and then I ended up writing the rest of the album using this tuning as the inspiration, because it's so interesting. It's such a just like crazy. You get such full sounds from it. So I'm gonna play a song called "Apparent" that is unreleased, but kind of sets the stage for how all of this came together, for me anyways, and I'm happy to share that, and I hope you like it. be like that. Would you use that tuning for slide guitar? That's a good question. I have a slide. Let's try it. You can. Woo! Feathers. I think one of the problem. I know it's you. I know everything. I've memorized everybody's nicknames. Yes, you could use it for. I think it's a little weird for sliding. Maybe it's just because I'm not really a very good slide player. So. The coolest thing I ever did learn, though, if you want to learn a cool slide trick, you want to show somebody off, you take your beer bottle or your glass ring or whatever you got, and you've got your guitar tuned up. I miss you too. We got to hang out. I've just been so obsessed with this release. Now that it's released, and I've messaged everybody I know, I guess I could take a break here and talk about that. So yesterday, I went on Twitch streaming platform, and I'm kind of struggling with my love with them right now. I wrote this bot on Twitch over the course of years, and I used the bot to send a whisper to all of my follows, everyone who was following my channel, all my subscribers. And I whispered to them, which is a direct message from me to them, saying, I'm streaming again, and I've released an album, and here's the link to the album. And one of those people forgot who I was, or they figured I was spamming them, and they reported me, and Twitch banned me with an indefinite suspension, which equates to forever, unless I can successfully appeal saying, no, it's me, it's a human, I sent a message to everybody, please reinstate my account. So right now, my 1,200 viewers on Twitch don't know nothing that's going on. They don't follow me on YouTube. Nobody does except for you three. So that's what happened yesterday. But then today, later on that evening, and today I've been sending out messages on LinkedIn where I have all my colleagues and friends that I've worked with over the years, and my cell phone. I've been sending texts to all the people that I love and adore over the years. One of the lyrics in one of my songs, in Restless specifically, and it was put there, it was part of the messaging, is I'm trapped in my little box here all the time, working from home, writing music here, programming, doing my thing, but kind of you end up feeling like you're lost and trapped in a box. And I wrote all the messages and texts and beeps, all the faces I yearn for once more. Get off my ass, bitch, which means talking to myself, and get out the door, is to get out there and reconnect with all these people. We wonder about who we should connect to. The fact that you connect to anybody is a miracle. When you elect to hide yourself away from the world and nobody's talking to you, and that's just the way, it just keeps going. You think there's no sudden break in the silence. It just persists because you have removed yourself from the conversation. Very few people are reaching out to pull you back in because they figure maybe you want to be there, and they're respecting your choice, which is sometimes it's not what you wanted to choose, but you chose it, and of course you're stuck with your choices, and this way it is. However, the sentiment is get off your ass, get off my own ass, and get out the door to say, hey, people that I care about, I still actually care about you, and I don't know what you can do with that, but I'm just going to tell it to you. I'm going to let you know, because, sometimes, and some of the people right here, you people that are right here, actually, right now, the three of you, have done that, have reached out and said, hey, you matter. And that means everything. And me making a stink about telling everybody about this album is the same thing. You matter. And so that's kind of the whole point. That's why To Be is a love song. It's the whole thing is a love letter that you matter. You really do. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. You might not want to, but you do. Perks of being the smart ass. And then I have to say that, yes, as far as slide goes, maybe I need to practice this. But here's the thing. There's this really cool trick. There is this amazing slide guitar player whose name I can't remember right now because I'm not always good at being a name dropper, and I don't feel like that's entirely a bad thing, but I'm also not feeling like I'm respecting the gentleman very much. But he did this cool trick where you take your magic finger and you put it at the 12th fret, which is where it's the same sound at the top as it is at the bottom. And then you use your other fingers to deaden the strings so they're not. But then you take your right hand, and this is where it's really cool. You go. It sounds so cool. You get it. It's an effect. Big deal. But for me, it's like, oh, that's so nice. So, this kind of nonsense conversation is what I do like streaming about, is you can just kind of talk. Maybe be provoked by the occasional chat message. But yeah, I think it's clear. I can talk forever. Now the thing is, if I wrote a whole album all tuned to open B, it would become very exhausting to listen to hear B, 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 B over and over. But if you just play with the same tuning, you end up with some really neat sounds. So this song, the second song called Floating, sounds like this. Which just sounds so ethereal. I love it. So what I'll do, because it seems like the thing to do, is I will add a little bit of extra effects on the instruments, just so they ring out a little bit more. And then I'm going to play it for you. It's not as strong solo as it is with all the instruments and stuff, but I like it. I think it's a pretty song. So I hope you like it. I hope I play it right. And this is how it goes. And I hope you like the chorus. The chorus, or the choir piece that's in the song, I had a lot of fun. It was in my head all the way along from the beginning when I wrote it, and then I layered my voice a whole bunch of times and then mirrored it and mirrored it again, so there was just, it's thick with all these voices, and it just dribbles out so perfectly. I'm just so happy with it. I hope you liked it. Anyways, Floating. No turning back, floating away, momentum's got me in its grasp, sailing on I made a wish upon a twinkling star to spend my life beside the one I'd love. That one was you. A weightless point in outer space, all by myself, a path to contemplate. Too late, no turning back, floating away. Yeah, that's what that sounds like naked. With nothing else. It sounds, I don't know. I still like playing. I still like the way it sounds. For me, it feels nice. But I hope you liked it. I hope I played it okay. Yay! It's a weird notion, you know. I know I play something and I go like, oh, that sounded nice. That was nice. That felt good. It's good. And then you're never sure if yippee nippy skippy. But you're never sure if what you did was like compelling to anyone else, right? You know, like when you have an itch on your shoulder, you scratch your itch and your itch is scratched and, you know, no one else knew where to scratch exactly. So, you know, so music is that way. Music is definitely an emotional back scratcher. And what works for one doesn't necessarily work for anybody else. I'm not crying, you are. So, now, the song that followed after that was Screaming. And I'm really proud of it. Like I said earlier, that was a hard song to sing, but it's kind of impossible for me to play and sing. I've tried a couple times on my own, but the timing of the vocals and the guitars are so wonky to perform. I haven't figured out how to perform it solo yet. But I loved, and I don't know how audible it is in the recording anymore because it's supposed to get all mushed into everything else. But it started by, again, same tuning, but wanting to make it sound different. So I played it in this F sharp. It's a really cool key. It's a really powerful F chord, but it's in the A position. But then you play, and here's. Are you sad that it's over? I think so. Yeah, if a song ends and you wanted to hear it again, you just listen to it again. Always leave and wanting more. I made all the songs short. I didn't. I normally it's quite a thing. You kind of get into it, and you want your songs to all be 1,000 minutes long, but they're all like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. I don't think many of them reached four. I don't think only think one or two of them reached four. They were all short little songs. Um, it was the right length. Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. It's such a happy. Oh, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you got it. But screaming, and then the other thing, of course, is time key signature. Music can be 1 2 3 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and I love me a 1 2 3. I love a waltz or boom cha cha. What is it? Papa. So I love 3/4 time. It's my favorite time. Happy to be here. Oh yeah, everybody's high. I'm not. I have been working all day, and then I did this, and I'm so excited. Maybe later. Maybe we'll play some GTA and hang out some more. Maybe, or you gotta go play your kids game, Fort Builder, or something. your little baby game. Wait a minute, never insult your audience. The best game ever. Whoever plays that is pure cool. I wish I could be cool like them. I just really love these chords. That high IQ game. Yeah, I know it does take a lot out of your demanding exercise. Plus, it's really high to sing. It's all way up there, so I'm not going to torture me or you or the air around us with any of that nonsense. And if you're wearing headphones, that's a tiny amount of very valuable air that you don't want to be being compressed with in a bad way. So I'm not going to play Screaming. I don't know if I'll ever be able to play it again, to be honest. But there it is. It's really, I certainly wouldn't be able to play any instruments and just focus on the singing part. And I'd have to rehearse for a long time. I know. So that's an important thing to point out here is my friends who are here in the chat sharing this happy little party of the four of us. Five of us actually. There's five of us together here. This is amazing. I'm so happy that you're here. Feathers. I don't know what that is. Crepicuri. Anyways, I know you by other names. We made a journey together. I shared the making of these songs from pebbles all the way to finish. It's Italian. What is it? Like Italian for crushed olives or something? I don't know. What does it mean? Crepicori? I don't know. Sausage? I'm going to call you sausage from now on if you don't tell me. Dying of heartbreak. Oh, well, that's a thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, we speak the same language, my friend. We speak the same language. So then we moved onwards. And again with this crazy tuning, I like it when open tuning, starts somewhere else and goes to the open. So there is like... I feel like this is going out of tune. that when you go from the minor to the major, so that's what Forgotten was all based off of, was this little riff. And I thought that was nice. And then I just wanted to play guitar, and I didn't have any words that would go with something like that. The guitar did all the speaking. And that was fun. I don't know, I have not much to say about that. I love that song. It's it makes me cry. They all do, kind of, some way or another. And I love to cry, I'm not gonna lie. It's very invigorating just to let it all out. And then we continue with the happy little party of this Restless. Do I have anything else I could share? No. Restless. So, Restless, again, same crazy key. But it's just kind of, I wanted it to be more interesting. It's just... No, that's not Restless. That's Lost. I'm mixing them up. Restless was the first recording that I did of this. It sounded very very Led Zeppelin-y to me. Like... And then there's more, but I'm just gonna. I'll end it there. I don't know. I'm just jamming. It's better on the record. Just some noodling. Anyways, and then, yeah, Restless ends. And then that brought us to Lost, which was, I think, was the first one that we fully recorded. And it just was like, ugh. It was okay. I kind of forgot some words, and I make mistakes. What are you supposed to do when you live in a shoot? But thank you. Thank you. It's fun, you know? And what's really weird is that some kind of annoying little repetitious riff like that ends up sounding so neato. You know? Like, I was like, I thought it was neato. But woohoo! Exactly. And then Lost, which was just a lot of fun to play. It ended up sounding so good. I love it. I love that song. And it ends the record perfectly, as far as I'm concerned, because it has the big echoey ending part, and it's just so good. So I'll try to play it. I don't know if I can, though. There's some really high parts, and my voice is fighting me here. It's the problem when your day job is not singing. You end up having to, like, you know, get by with what you can get by with. I will try, because in the spirit of the celebration of having gotten the job done, golly be jingles, I think it makes me want to sweep the floor, do the laundry, take out the trash. Yeah, get at it. There it is. I'm restless. Get the job done. I like that attitude. That's good. You know what actually was making me think of was having a song that when you get in your car and you put your arm out in front of you on top of the steering wheel, kind of in a muscle car straight arm kind of maneuver, and you lean onto your car door and you're driving, and it just had I was shooting for a driving feel, like we were racing down the highway. But that works too if you want to do laundry. Laundry can have the same feel if you use your imagination. I agree. But I love the riff. It starts on the downbeat. 1. Choo-choo, baby. and faith. Is something I can't say. Something risky or cliche to make you stay. Crawling on my belly like a reptile. Lost in this room, no escape. Doom, doom, roll loose. No, till I break. Soon, soon, headed away from the moon, unafraid. June bloom, memories of sweet perfume, slowly fade. June tune, radio crackles through. Final song has played. Yeah, baby! And that's my whole record in analog form. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you listen to it more than once. That would be neat, you know. Like, I listen to it every day, probably twice a day, because I so love it. It's it means everything to me, right? But I hope the songs sound nice to you. They fit into your world a little bit, because for some reason or another, I fit in your world at some point or another. And I appreciated that I've been in your lives. I love you guys. It's done. It is done. It is over. It is complete. Dust off the hands, the pants, put the apron up. And you are all part of it in your own unique way. And I really appreciate you. Runny Packet, your passion for your music and you relentlessly creating music has always been an inspiration to me. And I took it seriously. I took your inspiration of producing music, and I felt I had the songs and I wanted to do it. And so I'm grateful for you in my life. And Grayley, I can't even describe it. And Feathers and Crapacocious meat puppet. I don't know what that word is, but you guys shared in the creation of it, and the emotions that went into it, and you mean everything to me. You were just the most blessed friends at the most horrible time, and I just love you. Um, and it's just the five of us here. So I'm grateful that you got to enjoy my little um, release party stream. I don't think I have anything else to say, really. That was an hour and a half of blathering about the making of the record, the meaning of the songs, and what you mean to me. And and I'm just grateful. It was a good life. Oh, what is this? Who's this? Who's harumphing? You're not allowed to come in here and harumph. If you come in here and harumph, then I have to react to you, and I'm going to react in love. So what do you want? How can I undo your harumph and turn it into hearts? Mr. Day, what can I do for you? What can I play? Can I play something? You missed all the other songs, but that's why you're going to listen to this whole stream beginning to the end. I don't know who that is. I don't know. But whoever they are, they're here now, and they're talking, and they matter. Did you listen to the record yet, or are you just randomly visiting my little stream here with my four friends? I'm not gonna tell. You were lurking this whole time, you animal. Well, you're not a random. I didn't think you would. Only people who know I exist would be here, and I probably told you, so you're somebody I know, but I don't necessarily know everybody's. Didn't recognize your harumph? Oh. Oh, I don't. Unfortunately, the full suite of brain cells available to me are. Most of them are offline right now. There has to be. Oh! Of course it does! Of course it does! Of course it does. It has to be. Oh my God. Indeed. I've received 100 messages in chat today. Well, isn't that great? We got to 100, folks. So did you harumph because you missed something, or you're or you are or you just are harumphing that it's over? I could harumph that it's over. It doesn't have to be over. I have nowhere to go, but I know it's getting late and you all want to go to bed. You're all getting old. I don't want to keep you up. I want you to have your nice little coffee, your milk and cookies when you go to bed. I associate a lot more to you, Shiza, than harumph. There's a whole litany of grumpiness that I package. Awesome. Nap time. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Runny Packet. You're awesome. Drive safe on your island. Yeah, that's it. I got no more questions. I've got nothing. I've talked my brains out here. What else is left? The album is live and it's all over the place. It's on YouTube and you can listen to it in its entirety pretty effortlessly now. And you bet. Awesome. Thank you for visiting. I appreciate you. Yay. And so that's just done. I mean, I think there's going to be a little bit of poking it for the next little while. I don't know how to do a lot of it. It's there's like some kind of magic formula of getting songs or records onto playlists. I've got some emails to send still to friends, just to tell more people, maybe post it on some Reddits and stuff. Um, but really, I'm not too. I'm not trying to make a buck from this. I make a buck from being a programmer, which sounds lazy, but I sit here all day surrounded with my guitars and my computer, and I play on the computer and I work, and then I get bored and I pick up the guitar and I record something. So I have all the tools to be able to do both kind of psycho jobs at the same time. Whether I'm good at both of them is the question. But it was fun. It was fun trying, and I hope that at the very least you're all encouraged to just do anything, because the people that love you they see you shining when you do anything. No matter how no matter what the quality is. It's not the quality isn't even important. Just the doing is exciting. It's exciting to share somebody doing something, hearing about them doing something. It is for me. I like to hear that you're doing something. That makes me glad. It makes me happy for you. It makes me want to hear how it's going. Um, don't take your own projects personally as an accomplishment that you put under your belt, because they are not that. They're gifts to the people you love. If they're just products, well, then you're in the business. You're doing it for a business. And it's not a love thing. It's business. And you got to be honest with yourself. This wasn't a business. Streaming was never a business. Programming is a business. I do that for business. But music is for love. So with that, I give you my love. I thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this goofy little stream. And we will all talk to each other intimately, at length, very soon. And I give you all my love. Mwah. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. And we will see you again next time on The Price is Right. Good night. And I guess I don't need that little message there anymore. Album release information. I should change it. I should have a little theme song playing myself out as well. But I'll just change the thing. Available now. It says available now. See you soon. Available now. Exclamation. And then thank you for. There we go. Available now. And then I have Monday, December 12th. I don't need that part of the message anymore. I'll just get rid of it. Woo! It's all done. Available now. Okay, you guys. Thank you. Good night.